What is going on, guys? Triple G here with another Borderlands 3 video, and today we're going to be looking at the best weapons that have been introduced with Mayhem 2.0 and looking at where those drop and showing you a little bit of footage of what they can do. So coming in at number 5 is the Torque rocket launcher, the PLAGUEBEARER. Now what you want to do with this rocket launcher is fire it slightly above the enemy's head, and what will happen is the enemies will have homing little mini rockets spawn away from the large projectile and absolutely demolish enemies. Like, it is a fire and forget kind of weapon. Now this can be, as we said before, can drop from the Warden and can come in multiple flavors and comes in really handy if you're trying to do the Maliwan takedown. You can fire it over the top of the bridge and it will absolutely destroy enemies. Coming in at number 4 is the OPQ system, which is an Atlas assault rifle. Its special ability is that it can spawn replications of itself above you, which allow you to do more DPS. The reason why it's quite low on the list and not towards the top half is because it does have a tendency to kill yourself, because it does deal splash damage. So if you get too close to the enemy, you can actually kill yourself. But the special ability, as we see here, is pretty cool. You've got the extra projectiles that fly around you. And in terms of base damage, it can come in at ×2 as well and can absolutely destroy enemies, particularly if you use it on a character like Moze, where she can regen some ammunition. The 300 over 90 anoint is my favourite anoint on this weapon. Coming in at number 3 is the Monarch assault rifle by Vladov. Now this is deemed the Dictator's replacement in many people's eyes. It comes from Kilovolt in Promethea from the Electricity. It has the same ability as the Dictator, whereas if you put it into bipod mode, you lose mobility but also double the amount of projectiles, which means double the damage. If you marry this with one of the modifiers from Mayhem 2.0 with Speed Demon, you can nullify the mobility problems that you may have. This assault rifle is very good and can do a significant amount of damage with the Pearl and stack bots on flak. The only thing to bear in mind with this weapon is it can come in a ×4 and a ×8. The ×8 is known as the preferred option, but it can chew through your ammunition like there is no tomorrow. Next on the list is the legendary SMG, the KAOSON, or KAOSON as it's pronounced. This is actually my favourite weapon from Mayhem 2.0. It can come in a ×2 or a single pellet variant. My favourite anoint is the 300 over 90, but a consecutive hits weapon is also anointment is also very good. This drops from Captain Tron on Athenas, and pretty much on any character it can absolutely wreck because it's really high base damage, and then it applies torque stickies, which is its special ability, to the enemy, which deals some additional damage. It is definitely my favourite, but it cannot come into number 1 just because, as we'll see in a minute, what number 1 is able to do in terms of damage. So coming in first place, as we've just alluded to, is the YELLOWCAKE rocket launcher. Now this can drop from cartel bosses throughout the world, and this thing, if you haven't already used it yet, absolutely destroys. It does use a significant amount of ammunition, but its projectile will split into 2 and then split into 4, and it can just do a ton of damage. Anointments to look out for here is the 50 over 150 bonus radiation, or the 300 over 90, and honestly on characters like Moze or Mara that deal elemental or splash damage, you can put up some absolutely disgusting numbers, and I can guarantee you that there is not a mob enemy out there that can stand a couple of shots from this bad boy. So that completes the top 5, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please subscribe, and I will catch you on the flip.